All right, we're going to hit everybody's sign right about here. We're going to start off with what they say is the hottest sign in the galaxy. And if it happens to be yours, I want to hear from you. Sagittarius. What about Capricorn? What about Gemini? What about Leo? What about Virgo? And Aquarius. Hey, what about Taurus? What about Aries? Hey, Pisces, you fish. Well, son, I know it's alright. Hey, well, let's talk about Scorpio. Hey. What about Cancer? Let's talk about Right about here, we're going to tell you exactly what the whisper signs happen to be. It's going to go a little something like this. Bring it on!
That's right, bring it on. Coming to you live from New York City. You're watching Astrology Numerology now in its 10th season, 10 years on live television. I'm your host. You already know. This is Z Starman, professional astrologer, numerologist, where every week at this time we bring you the latest astrology news and information. We talk astrology, we talk numerology, we talk the astrology and numerology news every week live from New York City. If you want to talk to me on live television, give me a call. Let's show them the number. 212-757-1393. I suggest that you call me right now because I'm not going to be here for a couple of weeks. We're getting ready to get out of this heat and have some fun, but our scheduling won't have us back probably until the first week of July. So wherever you're watching the show from, if you're watching on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, turn your channel to 1993. That's the high definition channel. And if you're watching from anywhere in the world, you can call live and talk to Z Starman, 212-757-1393. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Welcome to Astrology Numerology Now live. Now we're going to start off the show by saying goodbye to Gemini season. We're saying goodbye to Gemini season, and this Wednesday on June 21st, it begins the summer solstice. The summer solstice is upon us. What is the solstice? What is the solstice? Solstice is Latin for sun standing still. Hold it right there, control room. So we get, in those of us living above the equator, it's the summer solstice. Those of us who are living in like Australia or New Zealand, it's below the equator. So it's winter over there. It's the beginning of winter in places like South Africa. But the solstice is the highest point in the sky in the northern hemisphere above the equator. It's the beginning of the longest days of the year. So it's the summer solstice, everybody, and the days are longer. The sun rises a little bit earlier, but it's a time of renewal. There are summer solstice celebrations throughout the world. Let's show them the one that's from Stonehenge. We have a picture from Stonehenge. Now, Stonehenge is in England. It's in England, it's in the UK, and this monument, which is thousands of years old, it marks the beginning of the solstice and equinoxes, how it's shaped. Now, every summer solstice, I think if we see in this picture, we see people, I can't see it exactly, but there are people who come to this place on June 21st or whenever the solstice begins, the winter solstice or the summer solstice or the spring equinox and fall equinox. This is a time of renewal. It's the highest point of energy for those of us living above the northern hemisphere. So happy summer solstice. Now, with the start of summer solstice, we start the season of Cancer. It's Cancer season. It's Cancer Nation. And there we have right there, for the sign of Cancer, we have the symbol of Cancer. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the symbol. A lot of people think, you know, this is an adult TV show. I know there are kids watching, but, you know, it's not what we think that symbol is all about. Let's show them that symbol again, control room. The symbol for Cancer, it's the breast folded, because Cancer rules the breast in astrology. So it's like when a woman, or even a man too, have their hands under their shoulders. Let's show, come back to me, control room. It's sort of kind of, that's what the symbol of Cancer is. It's like the breast here and the arms folded. So Cancer is the nurturing sign. Cancer is the sign which is about women and family. Cancer sometimes are called moon children. I don't like saying Cancer because I think of the terminal illness Cancer, but Cancers are called moon child. There we have it, the symbol for Cancer the crab. They're emotional, they're sensitive, they can be crabby. They can be crabby at times. So that is it's Cancer season, and I just want to say happy birthday to all those who have Cancer rising signs, or if you have a Cancer sun sign, on June 21st, 2018 at 6:08 or 6:07, 6:06 some places. It's the start of Cancer season. This is the moment that a lot of us have been waiting for in New York City. 212-757-1393 is the number to call. If you're in Harlem, if you're in Brooklyn, I want to say hello to all my people and friends who watch this show every week on the BCAT channel in Brooklyn, New York City. BK all day and all night too, somebody told me. BK all day and all night too. Welcome to Astrology Numerology Now, where you get the latest astrology news and information. Give me a call right now. I know you're watching. I know you're in Chinatown watching the show. I know you're on the Upper East Side watching the show. I know you're in Harlem. Wherever you are, the show is streaming live online in real time on MNN.org. If you're in Los Angeles, if you're in California, if you're in St. Louis, Washington, D.C., wherever you're watching, even in London, England, they're watching the show right now. So don't be afraid, don't be shy, say hi, call into the show with your astrology and numerology questions. Now, since the name of the show is Astrology Numerology Now, June 2018, we're getting ready to say goodbye to June 2018, and June 2018 is a number 8 universal month. Now, how do we get that 8 universal month? 2018 is an 8 universal year, 2018 is a number 11 year. June is the 6th month of the year. So we have to add 11 for 2018, the universal year of 2018, and then we add the number 6. So we have 11 plus 6 is 17, and we have to reduce that number to a single number, and 1 plus 7 equals 8. So for the remainder of this year, we got about 13 more days, 12 more days to the year. The 8 is about money, business, and power. Get your money and business and power on before the end of the month. It also favors, again, people who are born on the 8th of the month, the 17th of the month, because 1 plus 7 equals 8, and also if you're born on the 26th of the month. 8 is a very powerful number. It's about money, big business. It's about total transformation. That's the energies of the number 8. Now, since we are talking numerology at this point, I'm still waiting for you guys to call in. 212-757-1393. We are live from New York City. Call the show. Let's talk astrology. Let's talk numerology. Now, June is almost over. Now, July is going to be a number 9 universal month. 9 is the number of endings. How do we get the number 9? Again, 2018 is a number 11 personal universal year. July is the 7th month of the year. So 11 plus 7 equals 18. 1 and 8 equals 9. So this July 2018 is going to be a 9 universal month. The power of the 9 is completion. It's about ending. It's a graduation period. It's a good time for most people to take long distance trips and vacations. So it's a 9 universal month, and it favors people born on the 9th. People who are born on the 9th, the 18th, because 1 and 8 is 9, and 2 plus 7 is 9. And it's a good month for Sagittarius people also. So July 2018, let's show them that number one more time so they don't forget and they always remember. 212-757-1393 is the number to call. Now, while we're waiting for you guys to call in, don't be shy, say hi, call the show. Let's talk astrology. Let's talk numerology with Z Starman. We've been doing this since 2008. This is our 10th year. And someone asked me a question the other day. Someone asked me a question. They said, Starman, what's the difference between an astrologer and a psychic? 212-757-1393. What's the difference between an astrologer and a psychic? Well, I'll answer it this way. Astrologers are people who study the movements of the planets, like I do, how the planets move and are aligned with each other. And also, I'm an astrologer and numerologist, so I study numbers too. What is the meaning of certain numbers, whether it's referring to your name or your address or the street that you live on, and those type of vibrations. Now, me personally, Z Starman personally, I know there's a lot of psychics who advertise throughout the world and online and all over the place, but to me, a psychic is, there are very few people that I've met in over 40 years of being a professional astrologer who are true psychics. I mean, that's a special talent. And you see people hanging up shingles saying that I'm a psychic, and I'm Psychic Mary, and I'm Psychic Hector, and I'm Psychic Larry. And most psychics, if you listen to them, I've seen YouTube videos before, they're about fishing, or a process known as fishing, where they fish for answers. And they ask you 1,000 questions, and then they come up with the ideal of, oh, well, this happened to you, or your father was this, and your mother was that, and your lover was this. So after most people who are psychic, and they're very good, and some people call them mentalists, after they ask you 1,001 questions, that's when they ascertain the information. But what I do, and let's say millions of others around the world do, we look at the movements of the planets. We study your birthday. We study the time you were born. There's a difference between, let's say, May 23rd, 1980, or May 23rd, 1990, May 23rd, 1960. Every astrology chart is different. If you're born, let's say, May 23rd in New York City or May 23rd in London, England, it's going to be different because of longitude and latitude, because of geography. So I'd like to say that very few people are psychics. Very few. I've met, let's say, 2 in my lifetime. But a good astrologer can seem psychic. People are saying, you're psychic, how did you know that? But I study the movements of the planets and the numbers, and I compile it. I have an ephemeris inside of my head, so things come to me at times. But I want you to come to me right now on live television. It's Monday, June 18th. I'll be back in a couple of weeks going on a little vacay. 212-757-1393. is that I'm going to call to talk astrology, to talk numerology. Now, up next, we got some planetary information that I want everybody to be aware of, and especially if you're a Pisces. If you're a Pisces, your ruling planet is about to go retrograde. That's right. Neptune, the ruler of the planet of Pisces, is getting ready to go retrograde. Retrograde from June 18th, starting now. I think Neptune just went retrograde a couple of minutes ago. And it's going to be retrograde to November or around about Thanksgiving. So that's a very long time for Pisces people. For Pisces people, it's time to make personal adjustments. Make personal adjustments in your life. Focus on what spirit tells you. And Neptune is the planet of illusion and mysticism. So wherever Neptune is in your astrology chart, so for example, most Geminis, let's say, or if you have Gemini rising, there's two ways to look at an astrology chart. Just knowing only the sun sign, but if you know your rising sign. So if you have Gemini rising sign, Neptune is at the top of your chart. So there's going to be some transformative energy when it relates to your career, it relates to how people look at you, going back on your mysticism. So let's say if you have Sagittarius rising, there's going to be issues with family. There's going to be an opportunity also to bring out and create and make your home a spiritual sanctuary for yourself. 212-757-1393. Don't be scared. Talk to Z-Star Man. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Hit me up right now. We are live from New York City. It's June 18th. Maybe if my producer put in the lower third, June 18th, people will know we are live. Thank you. Now, up next, we got on the end of this month, at the end of this month, we have a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. There's going to be a full moon in the sign of Capricorn on June 28th, 2018. There we have it, the symbol for Capricorn in the middle of that full moon. And in some places, and at least Indian culture, not Indian, but Native American culture, this is called a strawberry full moon. Every month has a different name in Native American culture for the full moon. So this month is the strawberry full moon, and according to Native American lore and legend, this is the season when strawberries start to blossom, they start to become sweet and edible and pickable. But the full moon is in the sign of Capricorn, and there's a lot of energy, and I hope you're a Capricorn if you're watching this show. And if you have Capricorn planets, beware of this full moon on the 28th, because it's going to make a conjunction to Saturn in the sign of Capricorn, and also Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Definitely, it's in the early stages of Capricorn, but full moons last for more than one day. They last for a couple of days. And what's the after effects and the effects of a full moon? That day is going to be very challenging for other cardinal signs. The cardinal signs are the signs that start the seasons. So cardinal signs are Aries. Cardinal signs are Cancer, which is coming up also, so this is going to be challenging for Cancer people. Libra people, Libra starts the fall or the autumn equinox, and also Capricorn. There's a lot of transformation periods going on in the sign of Capricorn. That day is going to be a big day for us living in New York City. I think we're going to get something really crazy happening on that day, June 28th, the full moon day, with the moon being in the sign of Capricorn. I say take the subway day. Get off the subway that day. That day I am not riding the subway. I am not riding the subway. I will walk. I will ride the bus to Queens if I have to. But it's a powerful energy day on June 28th. So be mindful of that day. 212-757-1393 is the number to call to talk to Z-Star Man. Don't be scared. Get out here, get some free information, get some free astrology, numerology information from me. I've been on this air for like 10 years. So hit me up right now. We got about 8 minutes left in the show. Now, also, what's going on that day is Mars. Well, not that day, but let's say a couple of days earlier, Mars is retrograde. So right now in astrology, we're at the beginning of, let's say we have hurricane season. We have hurricane season. Now this is retrograde season. From, let's say, about April to now, we had no retrogrades. Right now, Uranus is retrograde, Pluto is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, Mercury will be retrograde. So it will be time to make some adjustments. Now, let's show them that time one more time before I take these phone calls. Mars is retrograde. So it's a lot of slowing down of energy, especially it's retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. And Mars will be retrograde again from June 26 to August 27. That's a 2-month period. So this is the summer of retrogrades that we have to get ready for. Okay, they're telling me, Star Davis is telling me, I have a phone call. Caller, you're on Astrology Numerology Now with Z-Star Man. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
This is Clotilda.
This is who?
Clotilda?
Crisilda?
Yes, Clotilda. Clotilda.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine. What's your question? Well, first of all, tell everybody when's your birthday.
My birthday is April 29th, 1997. I'm a Taurus.
Do you know your moon and rising sign?
I believe my moon is Aquarius. I could be wrong. Wait.
Okay.
I can look for it now.
You ever heard of a musician named Duke Ellington?
I have not.
Well, he's a famous jazz musician, and his birthday is April 29th. Google him, look him up. He's one of the greatest piano jazz musicians.
Oh, my goodness. Is he really?
Yes, Duke Ellington, the great Duke Ellington. His birthday is on April 29th.
Okay, I'm going to write this down. Duke Ellington. Okay.
The great Duke Ellington. Two things that I like to share with you is, number one, is that this, we just had an event for Taurus people. And the planet Uranus, or Uranus, is in the sign of Taurus as we speak. It just entered the sign of Taurus. It's been in the sign of Taurus. It hasn't been in the sign of Taurus for the last 85 years. So it's come back to the sign of Taurus for the first time since 1941-42. But your life is getting ready to change drastically. You've been in a rut.
I can feel it.
You've been in a rut over the last 4 or 5 years of your life. Now it's time for you to change. It's time to make some changes. You just reached your 21st birthday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now it's time for you to go out and start to see the world. If you don't make changes, the universe is going to change for you. They're going to make some changes. So
I can feel it.
change your hair. Change the way you look. Maybe if you're, because there's no offense, I have 3 Taurus women, 1 Taurus brother in my family. Taurus women, they love to eat.
We do.
They love to eat, but learning to control your diet, but make those changes. There's a new woman that's getting ready to be born with Uranus passing through the sign of Taurus, and it's going to be there for the next 7 years. Also, from a numerology point of view, because the name of the show is Astrology Numerology Now, this is a number 8 personal year.
Oh, my God.
People want to give you money. People want to offer your money. I'm not saying in a bad way, but let's say if you need money for college or if you need a grant, those financial doors are wide open for you.
Mm-hmm.
Open those doors, okay?
Okay, I absolutely will.
I'm going to put up my number and I want you to call me after the show, okay?
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's take the next caller. No more calls, but let's put up the number. Let's put up the number and show them the number, how to get in touch with Z Starman. 646-389-1311, 646-389-1311 to talk astrology, to talk numerology, get a personal astrology reading. What you see me do on TV, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So, but we got a few more things to talk about. And that next thing is that Venus, since June 13th, is in the sign of Leo. Venus is in the sign of Leo right now, so there's a lot of love and romance for Leo people, but it's also opposite the sign of Aquarius. Venus is opposite Aquarius, so I know if you have some Aquarius energy in your chart, it's going to be struggles with money, struggles with finances, struggles with how people love and receive you. There's also going to be some energy going on with Taurus people with Venus in the sign of Leo, because Venus is also opposite Mars in the sign of Aquarius. Up next is, this is about Leo's, Leo season. The planet Mercury is going to be in the sign of Leo also on June 29th. We won't be here that day, but just to let you know, Mercury's going to be in Leo for the next 2 months. So a lot of Leo people, if you're listening to the show, and also the fixed sign people, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio, it's going to be very challenging. It's a time for you to get your life together and to get your energy together, especially Leos. I hope my friend Laura Red is listening, or Laura Hardgrove is listening to this show. It's a lot of transformative things going on for all the fixed sign people, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, those signs that are in the middle of the seasons. That's about all the time that we have for Astrology Numerology Now. I want to say to you, if you want to know more about astrology, know more about numerology, you can visit our page, Astrology Numerology Now, on Facebook. I want to say peace, love, light, namaste.
The planets of light, who controls your very soul, from the beginning of birth and throughout eternity. That's the stars up above.
Just ask them.
Ooh,
Just ask them.
the planets of light, who controls your very soul. Ask them why Leo is so sound and practical, yet Gemini so inconsistent. Ooh, let me tell you a secret I know, known the world over. Your life is controlled by the stars.
Just ask them.
Ooh, the planet of light. Virgo is known for versatility, while Taurus for persistency. Yet Aries to be very, very ambitious. Libra, the cheerful and merry one.
Pisces, you fish. You are a romantic, constantly striving to